For we who have believed, adhere to, and trust in, and rely on God, do enter that rest in accordance with his declaration that those who did not believe should not enter, when he said, as I swore in my wrath, they would not enter my rest. And he said, although his work had been complete and prepared and waiting, all who would believe from the foundation of the world. Listen. God got upset with them because they was complaining about him. God, you don't know what you're doing. You could have left me in my sin. You could have left me in my bondage. You done brought me out here to the wilderness. Even though in the wilderness, he was feeding them, he was meeting all their needs, and they still complained against God. Amen. You could have left me back where I was. That's some of us, we're not verbally saying it, but our actions are saying that. When we don't accept the provision that God has for us to rest, you trying to work it out, you trying to figure it out, you trying to do it yourself. You're telling God the same thing as the children of Israel. Did you know that most of the children of Israel, they died in the wilderness? It was the children that was born during that period of time, which was only supposed to be 11 days. It turned into 40 years. Those people were having children while they were in the wilderness. Those were the ones that made it into the promised land. Most of the generation that came out of bondage, they didn't make it in. The Bible specifically say that Joshua and Caleb was the only ones out of that group that made it in. Everybody else died in the wilderness. Do you want to die on your journey to God, with God? Your salvation is inclusive. We have to learn to rest. You're coming against God when you're not resting in the provision that he has for you, that he has for me. A couple months ago, when I started thinking about my position and where I was at and what I was going through, I said, you know what, God? I repent. My eyes is on you. Whatever you do, even though he has been leading and guiding me, I'm saying,